innovations in personalization and intelligent retailing. Participants are encouraged to ask questions throughout the session using the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen. Questions will be answered during the dedicated time for Q&A at the end of the presentation. Your presenters today for the session are Wade Jones, Executive Vice President and Chief Product Officer at Sabre, and Kathy Morgan, Vice President of Channel Delivery at Sabre. Wade, over to you.
Good morning and good afternoon to our travel industry colleagues around the world. It's so great to be with you, so great to be with Kathy in person, and regret that we can't be with the rest of our colleagues around the world in person as well. But Kathy and I are both really excited to be here today to talk about innovations in retail intelligence. As we reflect back on the last 18 months, COVID-19 has certainly caused stresses for all of us, both personally and professionally. While there are encouraging signals that the storm is starting to lift, the path forward is less clear than before. As we emerge, becoming better retailers is a business imperative, but the tactics to drive top and bottom line growth are less clear than before. At Sabre, when we define retailing, it's not only about more options, more product SKUs, and more ancillaries. It's about refining offers and increasing pricing precision so that you match the right offer to the right traveler at the right time, driving top-line revenue growth, higher conversion and yield, while controlling costs all at the same time. Changing marketplace dynamics around technology innovation, airline priorities, and traveler expectations impact how the industry will retail, distribute, and fulfill offers moving forward. From a technology perspective, the industry's focused on three things: investing in open IT ecosystems for greater flexibility, looking to cloud computing to drive speed and scale, and leaning into advancements in artificial intelligence to accelerate returns on retailing strategies. At the same time, airlines are focused on driving incremental revenue through dynamic pricing and ancillary revenue streams, improving their agility to quickly sense and respond to the market in near real time, driving revenue growth in combination with a low-cost structure. Finally, travelers are more informed and connected than ever before, and they expect the personalization and flexibility that they experience in other industries. It's clear that a major implication of COVID across all industries is that the consumer expectation for a seamless digital experience has increased dramatically. The industry is more dynamic than ever. Sabre's aim is to help our customers deal with more of everything, and Sabre sees opportunity in cutting through that complexity to benefit the end traveler. The path to driving the industry forward requires evolution in three key areas. One, deriving greater intelligence through data. Two, enabling choice for travelers and travel providers. And finally, driving differentiation with seamless service and digital experiences. By keeping focus on these key areas, airlines can transform their end-to-end retailing journey. The most eminent area of opportunity for today lies in leveraging unique data or intelligence. Sabre is investing in intelligent technology to help airlines better understand their customers, bringing more focus to retail intelligence and making personalized offers a reality. Retail intelligence is the newest suite of airline retailing products in the Sabre portfolio, with the potential to drive significant business value for airlines. Internal studies at Sabre show that up to a 3% uplift in incremental revenue opportunity from the applied machine learning models that power Sabre's retail intelligence suite. We're excited to announce today the first two products now available, Air Price IQ and Ancillary IQ. These products build upon our end-to-end retailing portfolio to empower airlines with dynamic pricing capabilities. These products are powered by Sabre Travel AI technology, developed in partnership with Google Cloud, and more scalable than anything in the market today. Now I'll hand it over to Kathy to talk more about how the products work.
Well, thanks, Wade. Excited indeed. The shift retail intelligence brings to travel retailing is revolutionary. This is not just an incremental change from how offers are created today. Before, offer creation was characterized by static content, limited intelligence, and predefined rules using things like if-then statements that really limit scale. Airlines had limited ability to dynamically sense and respond to the constantly changing market conditions. The offer creation process was very manual and linear, and personalization was generally linked to things like known loyalty tiers. With retail intelligence, offer creation moves from that manual linear process that I just described to a cyclical self-learning process that breaks free from the constraint of manual rules, and it creates dynamic content and ML-based offers. And importantly, it is built on a cloud-based engine that provides the necessary scale for this new era of retailing, and it's able to support an infinite number of SKUs, which is so important as you continue to evolve your airline product offering. Dynamic flight and ancillary bundles are created in real time. And the products test and learn in the moment, which means it's providing real-time feedback to refine future offers. So let's take a closer look at each of these new products. First, let's talk about Air Price IQ. Air Price IQ delivers ML-based price recommendations for airfare, considering things like marketplace dynamics, customer context, pricing strategy, and booking velocity. It allows airlines to quickly adapt to those ever-changing market conditions. It also reduces time to market of new, more competitive prices. And it increases pricing precision and agility. Now we're going to take a look at a demo where you'll get to see how Air Price IQ generates recommendations, supports in-path execution, and provides seamless servicing capabilities. Let's take a look.
In a rapidly changing world, where volatile market conditions and constant financial pressure are the new normal, relying on traditional airline pricing strategies based on historical data patterns isn't enough. To deliver more value to travelers, airlines need the ability to make real-time adjustments. Sabre Air Price IQ, powered by Sabre Travel AI, uses artificial intelligence to optimize offers, enabling airlines to adapt quickly to changing market conditions like capacity, competition, and traveler context at scale, so airlines can improve pricing precision and deliver relevant offers across all channels. Here's how it works. Air Price IQ delivers optimized price recommendations based on market and customer context, pricing and revenue management strategies, and booking velocity. Its intuitive design allows recommendations to be viewed by point of sale. A market can be selected, and more detail is available for departure date and service, making it easy to analyze and monitor pricing opportunities. Air Price IQ considers traveler segment and trip intent from the shopping request and calculates the optimal price to ensure revenue opportunities are maximized for every request. As needed, business rules can easily be defined and edited for special promotions, frequent flyer programs, and more. When travelers are shopping, they are automatically presented the adjusted price. Air Price IQ provides a seamless experience to travelers, enabling airlines to effortlessly service, rebook flights, or exchange tickets in a seamless workflow. Present the right price to the right traveler at the right time, every time. Maximize revenue opportunities with Air Price IQ.
Man, that is pretty cool stuff. Just think of the opportunities that this unlocks for airlines to generate more revenue that flows straight to the bottom line. So now let's talk about another exciting new product in the Retail Intelligence Suite, Ancillary IQ. Ancillary IQ drives your airline's ancillary strategy forward by dynamically pricing ancillaries, both whether it's an a la carte ancillary or ancillary bundles. It considers propensity to purchase certain ancillaries together. Think about a Wi-Fi and a lounge pass for a business traveler. And this is really about being able to optimize ancillary offers. The Sabre ML models will start with seat optimization, but are expanding rapidly to include other ancillaries like bags and upgrades. For your airline, it's really important because this is the opportunity to drive incremental revenue streams. It's also about driving even greater conversion opportunities, as well as increasing traveler value and choice through more relevant offers. So now let's take a look at another demo. Here you're going to see how seat price recommendations are optimized based on two different distinct traveler profiles. Let's take a look.
Today's travelers expect more. As technology gets smarter, travelers want more personalized and flexible experiences. At the same time, airlines are more focused than ever on capturing incremental revenue through ancillaries like extra legroom seats, additional baggage allowance, or lounge passes. Traditionally, airlines have relied on predefined pricing rules that limit scale. Offer creation was linear and lacked self-learning capabilities, making it difficult to create personalized ancillary offers. Now, Sabre Ancillary IQ, powered by Sabre Travel AI, adds more retail intelligence, enabling airlines to use advanced machine learning models to dynamically price ancillaries and test and learn in the moment. Let's take a closer look at how it works for seat pricing. With Ancillary IQ, airlines generate intelligent and personalized ancillary offers based on market and customer insights. Its machine learning model establishes granular seat price adjustments based not only on seat type, passenger type, or month of travel, but also based on real-time shopping data and travelers' purchase probability. Once executed, the offer is delivered in real time as travelers are shopping for their seat. For example, an adult passenger traveling in September and an adult traveling with a child in October each receive personalized pricing based on their unique characteristics and seat purchase probability. And it happens automatically, with no manual calibration required. In addition, Ancillary IQ applies artificial intelligence to continually look for patterns within purchasing data, learn from offer performance, and make better recommendations to optimize future offers. Drive incremental revenue opportunities, improve conversion opportunities, and increase value for travelers through personalized ancillary offers with Sabre Ancillary IQ.
And yes, another exciting innovation in airline retailing. I hope you've enjoyed the product demonstrations of Air Price IQ and Ancillary IQ, and you can see the commitment Sabre is making to enable you on your retailing journey. Just to recap, there is significant value and opportunity for airlines that increase their retailing sophistication. These products, Ancillary IQ and Air Price IQ, will help maximize revenue opportunities through dynamic pricing practices. They'll also improve the traveler's experience through personalized offers and, importantly, optimize operations through agile and scalable technology. We invite you to join Sabre and give your retail strategy a higher IQ with retail intelligence. And at this point, we have some time to be able to do some Q&A, and so why don't we turn it over to the producer and let's see what we have.
We've had a few questions come in through the chat directly to some Sabre employees who are on the call, so I'll start with those, and the chat is still open if anyone else has any additional questions. The first question, what capabilities from Google Cloud are you using in these new retailing solutions?
Why don't I take that one? Thank you so much for this question. We're really proud of our partnership with Google. It's so much more than a cloud partnership. It's a 10-year strategic partnership that also includes an innovation framework, and that innovation framework was central to the development of the Retail Intelligence Suite and these two new products that we're introducing today. Specifically, what Google brings to the equation in this realm is, one is the in-path real-time machine learning, which improves personalization. Two is they give us a better experimentation framework for continuous learning. And then finally, you can't underestimate the power of the cloud computing. I mean, when you think about the level of compute that's required to unbundle the airline's products into all the individual ingredients and price each ingredient on a continuous yield curve, either by itself or in combination, incorporating third-party data and other sources of data from our partners, the power of compute required to do that in real time, speed of response, availability, and scale, there's nobody better in the world than Google. The purpose of their company is to organize the world's information and make it useful. So for them to do that in combination with our knowledge of the travel industry and domain expertise, we think it's a winning combination.
Yeah, Wade, and I just have to add, I absolutely, completely agree. I think the other thing that's really interesting and important in this partnership is Sabre's experience of running highly scaled airline IT environments and the fact that we are focused on end-to-end integration. And that becomes really important when you think about the traveler's journey, especially when you get into points of disruption or other types of servicing. You know, we are bringing all that expertise and those capabilities, coupling them with the power of the Google framework. And so certainly, I think just a great partnership overall.
Next question, which channels can take advantage of these new capabilities?
So I'll start again on this, and then you can get more specific. So look, our vision of this and what we talk about from our retailing, distribution, and fulfillment strategies is that they need to be omni-channel. You know, there's one thing that I always hear from airlines and customers around the world is, you just want to be able to sell your goods and services the way you want in a brand consistent way across all channels. That's what we want to be able to enable for you as well, but certainly here we're starting in your direct channels.
Yeah, absolutely, Wade. I think just to expand on that, so as we look at the immediate opportunity, as Wade mentioned, it is starting a direct channel, but we also understand the importance of that omni-channel view. And so as you think about the ongoing advancements in Sabre's airline NDC IT capabilities, that ability to pull that content through other channels is readily available. So we will have Air Price IQ extended to indirect channels via NDC in 2022, and then Ancillary IQ will be expanded to other channels in 2023.
Next question, is it Sabre's goal to become a super aggregator in the NDC world?
Actually, if you don't mind, I've got to take this question because we are already a super aggregator, and I think that that's a really important distinction. NDC is certainly an important technology component, and it is one of many sets of capabilities that we use to source content. Remember, NDC is just about air content today, and so the fact that we source content across all types of travel providers, absolutely, Sabre will continue to be a strong presence in the aggregation space and very focused on multi-source content strategies integrated end-to-end, which I think is really a critical differentiator of how Sabre has attacked this space.
Well said.
Next question, do you feel there is any risk of customer pushback for personalized pricing, and if so, how to counter it?
Well, I'll maybe try this first. So I think that this is something we have to be really thoughtful about, because in our industry, I think consumers and travelers always have had a question around, you know, sitting next to someone that paid a different price, a better price for what doesn't seem to be a highly differentiated product. But by unbundling these products and by creating NDC offers that actually do bring unique personalized content, I think consumers are willing to actually make a trade for personalization. It's true across every industry that you can drive higher conversion, revenue, and yield, and customers are willing to pay for it through personalization. So I do think that we've got to be mindful of it, but I think there's a real opportunity here.
Yeah, Wade, I agree. I think there are a couple of things that come to mind on that. One is really around the fact that we love personalization when you get it right, and we don't like personalization when you get it wrong. So the referencing back to Wade's point around this experimentation framework, self-training models, being able to take the data and have that continuous feedback loop to understand when do conversions happen, when do conversions not happen. That's really the critical point. And also, I think personalization, it means a lot of things to different people. It isn't always about personalizing down to Wade Jones. It might be personalization to a trip type segmentation or a broader customer segmentation. So I think these are all kind of areas of the great frontier that we have in front of us, but certainly having that experimentation framework, that ability to test and learn is going to be critical as we continue to go down that journey, because ultimately this is good for travelers if we get it right, and that's what we're focused on.
Is this available for other PSS providers outside SabreSonic?
Let me take that one. So our current focus is on the SabreSonic PSS to be able to have integration with the Air Price IQ and Ancillary IQ. However, we have two other great areas of focus very near term in our roadmap, which is expanding to other types of LCCs, as well as having that PSS agnostic integration. So those will definitely be coming out in our roadmap.
How does personalized dynamic pricing deal with ATP Co. fares? Will this be dependent? If not, how does fulfillment work?
Yeah, do you mind if I grab that? Yeah, I think it's a great question. So certainly we have to appreciate the history and the legacy of the ecosystem and kind of the interoperabilities of systems and providers. So ATPCO still plays an important role in the current implementation. The way Air Price IQ works today is it anchors on the valid ATPCO fare, and then it makes those price adjustments off that base fare from the ATPCO filing. And then certainly the other types of entitlements that come along with the ATPCO fares are then pulled through that offer. Over time, what we'll be focused on is disassociating that relationship of price to attributes and other product, so you can start gradually being able to price distinctly each element and really truly get to price optimization. But you might think, so why did we start there? The reality is that there are so many downline processes that are highly integrated and dependent on ATPCO, especially when you think about servicing and exchangeability and refundability, that we wanted to focus on getting to the greatest value first. Time to value is most important. So we're focusing on price optimization first, and then we'll continue to evolve to be able to have less dependency on some of those legacy ATPCO processes.
Next question, who will own the order? The GDS, the aggregator, or the airline?
This is a great question, and I always find in this industry and other industries, who owns something seems to be really important. And I think we're probably moving towards a more federated approach to this and multi-source offer and order management, but I'll let you get more specific.
No, you're absolutely right, Wade. I think this is one of those ones, it depends. So, there's never a very clear answer. As you look, so let's kind of isolate a few of these. As you look in the airspace, certainly that's where we'll focus on right now. A lot of this has to do with kind of where you are in your distribution strategy. So for certainly direct channel, airline owns it. Generally for distribution, the master order, if you will, tends to be in the GDS. However, where that is beginning to evolve is in the space of NDC. So as we continue to see momentum and broader adoption of NDC capabilities and extending those into the GDS channel, the airline order becomes the order of record. Certainly there's a level of integration and synchronization that has to happen. We all know that just the dynamicity of air content, the fact that it is so volatile all the way through until the moment you have consumed it, you have to have that interoperability. But again, certainly the airline order becomes that master order that then proliferates across the rest.
How resource intensive will these solutions be for an airline to roll out?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say we already have a couple of airlines doing proof of concepts. One of our goals in this area is to obviously make this be very conducive to existing airline ecosystem. Again, a question like that is, it depends. A lot of it has to do with kind of what are the core enablers or products that the airline already has in place that you can literally easily sit this on top of, or are there other product dependencies that we then have to get to be able to enable them? So I think that's a great question that we would love to have one-on-one with you. So please definitely reach out to us and we'll make sure we can get a view on that based on your personal situation.
Looks like we have time for one more question. Do Air Price IQ and Ancillary IQ replace core pricing and revenue management systems, or are they complementary?
So Kathy, I'll let you take this one in detail, but I think often what sits underneath this too is like, is this all about a race to the bottom? And so we think that there's ways around that, so I'll let you get specific.
Absolutely. So I'll answer the question super directly, then I'll give a little more content. It absolutely does not replace pricing and revenue management. It is definitely complementary. So let's focus primarily, I'm going to talk about Air Price IQ because Ancillary RM is still kind of an evolving practice. But if you think about pricing and revenue management, those become the inputs into the model. So think about bid price. Bid price becomes a critical input into the models. That establishes the expected contribution of a given fare to ensure that the floor is established so that the model is working within that framework. Also, things from the pricing and revenue management discipline like forecasts, being able to understand how is that flight expected to perform over its entire life cycle, and the model takes that into consideration to ensure that we're going to have content to sell for travelers in the future at optimized prices. So those pricing and revenue management disciplines are fully contemplated and complementary to how these retailing solutions work.
Well, I think we're out of time, so thanks everybody. We really enjoyed being with you today, and hopefully next year it's in person.
Yes, stay well. Thank you. Take care.